Good afternoon, knife review time. Today we have the CIVIVI knives C2 103D button lock Elementum folding knife. Okay, that's a lot of words and letters. Basically it's an enlarged CIVIVI Elementum, okay, with a push button lock, and we'll get into that. Quick specs for you, it's 3.47 inches. The actual blade, the steel is 14C28N with a stone wash and brown micarta handle scales. Okay, it's a nice beautiful stone washing that they've done here. Nice color choice for the micarta as well, with black liners, deep carry pocket clip, about three and a half, you could say, inches, right? Discreet carry, very elegant approach to a pocket folding knife. It's easy to carry. Lots of good choices here, aesthetically speaking. So let's discuss in more details. Real quick, though, I think it's important to tell you what the thickness of the knife is. Actually, 3.0 millimeters. That's your standard 0.118 inches. That's what Spyderco tends to give you on most of their designs, about 3 millimeters. Okay. The weight is 3.19 ounces, very nice, 90.5 grams. It's made in China, okay, with a hollow grind, drop point style, relatively thin handle. It's about 0.43 inches, 11 millimeters. Okay, so enough of the boring specs, guys. I know you could find those everywhere, but this is my first CIVIVI knife. This brand has been celebrated for many years now. Especially on the platform that everyone seems to like, which is the flipper style of deployment. D2 blade steel made in China knife for between $40 and $60. I don't have any of those models that are so popular. This is my first entry into the brand. I like what they're offering. I do. There's a few things that are, making the knife not super special to me. So let's discuss what I like. Number one, the streamline. Design, very easy to carry, very lightweight, great color choices as well to go with the slimness and the elegant carry. This brown micarta, while it doesn't feel like your Bark River LT Wright or Condor micarta, it feels a little bit less quality. I'm not sure exactly where they source these and what the composition is, but it doesn't. It seems more closer to being a synthetic. Plasticky approach to micarta than the other guys. Actually, like a candle wax feel. I'm not sure what they did here, but it's better than G10 aesthetically speaking. Durability wise, we're gonna have to see. Okay, so this is one of my first knives with a push button deployment. You basically press this button here, and the blade falls freely. Okay. It's quite finicky, as people like to say on this model. It operates well. It's running on washers. I forgot to say that initially. You can probably see some of the washers there. Not washers, I'm sorry, ball bearing, guys. You can see some of those. Again, I don't have many knives running on ball bearings. It's very fun to play with when you have this platform, as opposed to washers and Teflon, bronze washers and Teflon washers. This is supposed to be a lot more fun. Okay. So let me see how you can flick the knife, because you're supposed to enjoy your time doing it, right? So you rebound it. Now this time it locked, okay? So you press and you give it a flick. I don't do that, as you can tell. I just use both hands to open. And that's okay. I don't have many knives that I need two hands to open. So I welcome that addition in my small collection. However, the knife is so easy, it's so nice to play with that it makes you want to find a thumb stud and deploy it. It'd be interesting to have another deployment on top of the push button here, perhaps a very small thumb mechanism here for deployment. Okay, or perhaps a flipper as well. A flipper would be fun, I'm sure. Okay, the clip is really nice. It's blackened, okay, with good tension, and it's very discreet. So if you're wearing darker colors like dark jeans, something like that, this is going to blend in perfectly in the city. Nice black hardware with, I believe, T8 Torx Okay, nice CIVIVI logo, and the stone washing that they did on the blade is quite attractive. Quite attractive. So a few minutes into the video, and I haven't talked about the blade. Is a drop point, 3.5 inches. Good jimping, doesn't do much to keep you in its place, but it's there to aid you a little bit. Good use of the full length of the blade to give you a sharp edge for efficient cutting. So slicing up apples and things like that is efficient. This this area here, sometimes when you get these nice sharpening choils that people tend to like, you can actually use it as a choil without cutting yourself. It's not super comfortable, but it's there. It's rounded here, so it's not that bad. What I'm trying to say is when you're slicing cardboard, sometimes that catches. That unsharpened sharpened choil there catches on the cardboard, and you get stuck there without any edge slicing whatsoever. I've seen that in some knives. It's not fun. Not fun at all. A couple of thoughts about the grind. So hollow grind, very thin behind the edge with a small relief bevel. I would always prefer to see even a larger one. Although on this soft steel or softer steel, it's probably what you want. But I'm not your typical user, I guess. So what's on the grind itself, if we're talking about the steel, the grind is very thin. It'll slice up paper really nicely. I mean, I should have paper to show you guys, but this will zing through any material like that. However, when you put it on wood, and this is very interesting in some knives, how, for example, that Condor large Huron that I reviewed for you guys had the same problem. Very sharp on paper, on any foods, but once you put it on wood, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't want to cut. So I'm still learning why that happens. I need to probably thin out the edge a little bit more. Not sure what's going on there. How a knife can be so sharp and yet not cut wood. If any of you guys know, please let me know. So a fairly new knife introduced to the industry actually picked it up at Knife Center. No affiliation whatsoever. That's just the place that I stumbled upon to get it. I had to wait a couple of months on pre-order for around $50, perhaps a little bit more. Let me show you another elegant comparison. Another gentleman carry, that's a Spyderco Ikuchi. Much more expensive, a little bit better steel, lighter weight, even more discreet carry with a deep carry pocket clip. But it's a good indication of what the push button Elementum is trying to accomplish. This is my all-time favorite pocket knife, the Kali 3.5 from Spyderco. Gives you a size indication there as well. I know it's a big statement, huh? I said that in camera, my favorite knife ever, pocket knife. Well, it is, as of September of 2021. We'll see where that goes, but it hasn't changed in about 10 years. Okay, so enough size references. Closing comments on the steel performance. 14C28N is a stainless steel, so it's not going to corrode on you. Its main characteristics are about, I'm just going to quote Blade HQ's comparison of blade steels. Edge retention, they give it a 4. That's about my experience as well, out of 10. 4, 3.5 perhaps. Toughness, they give it a 6. I don't have a lot of experience on toughness. I haven't really put it to any tough usage to tell you. None of my CIVIVI steels have been used like that. A lot of the Kershaws were used strictly for EDC, cutting your regular stuff, nothing camping related, no wood. Corrosion resistant, actually they give it a 4. That's interesting. I don't think I've experienced rusting issues with my CIVIVI steels from Kershaw. And ease of sharpening, they give it a 6. I would probably rank it even higher when you compare it to some other more modern, tougher steels. Okay, so less of my hand, more of the knife. That's a CIVIVI push button Elementum. Thank you for watching.